G'day, I'm Jesse O'Hara.
And I'm Joel Little.
So AFL Cape York House have been doing great work for Indigenous kids across the Gulf and Cape region for a long time. And we just really wanted to highlight the great work they're doing and generate some revenue and funds to bring more outcomes to more kids. This money will go towards education fees, travel, activities, support, really key stuff to make sure these kids are in a safe, supportive environment. So I guess for me and Joel, that was one of the reasons why we wanted to raise money for them.
And they're a local based organisation, which is very relevant for the swim that we're doing.
Joel and I came up with this idea probably over the last couple of years. We've been pushing ourselves further and further with our swimming, and Green Island slowly popped into our mind as probably one of the furthest landmarks we can swim to.
Yeah, we've done Tenaroo and a few other swims, and this is a challenge that we thought we could. Only a few people have ever done it before, so we thought we'd have a go as well.
Yeah, we're the fourth people to actually try this swim, and it's sort of the similar distance to the biggest marathon swims around the world. So for us, it's going to be quite an achievement to get through it. Yeah. So Joel and I have been thinking about doing this for charity for a long time. I think it gives us an extra motivational factor to do the swim, and the actual gap between Green Island to Cairns is such a huge gap. We thought it was pretty representative of the gap in Indigenous education outcomes, and that's something Joel and I are quite passionate about. So having that motivation to swim for charity and to raise it for a good cause, hopefully will push us across the line when things are getting pretty tough out there. What do you reckon, Joel?
Yeah, absolutely. And a few people will take notice of a swim this far, and so we can use that profile to help to generate some revenue for AFL Cape York House, which is much needed. So it's about 27 kilometres. Straight, yep, as the crow flies, but we may end up swimming a little bit more than that, depending on tides and currents and so forth.
If you take into fact the wind and the tides, it's looking like a 30-kilometre swim at least. And for someone like Joel and I, it really depends on the weather, but it could take over 10 hours really.
Yeah.
So it's a long day in the water.
Yeah, well, we're aiming to do it to try and have the conditions help us rather than hinder us, but we're just going to have to see what happens on the day.
Yeah, so we'll be eating and drinking every half an hour and then straight back in. So we won't be allowed to touch the boat at all during the swim. We'll be doing it under marathon swimming rules. So we'll have feeders chuck us our food and water, quick feed, and then straight on. So every half an hour we'll be banging on through, and hopefully within 10 hours we'll be landing on one of the northern beaches of Cairns. So Joel and I put in a lot of preparation for a swim like this. It's definitely ramping up now with lots of early mornings here at Waree Pool, sometimes up to 10 or 15 kilometres in a morning, but chasing the black line is pretty crucial. And Joel, we like to get up to lakes sometime too.
Yeah. Especially now that the weather's changed a bit, we can do a few ocean swims and we can get up to the lakes where we can swim a bit further than 50 metres without touching a wall and get some experience in open water as best we can before the day.
So if you're interested in supporting our swim and our effort, please follow the link and donate to our GoFundMe page. All the funds go directly to AFL Cape York Foundation.